Dear friends, we are discussing about the problems of undergrads in the prisons. First of all, just have a look at the statistics. Is it the undergrads is a problem in our country? We know India has the fifth largest prison population in the world. Actually, this population includes individuals who have been convicted, undergoing trials, first-time offenders. We have about 368,998 prisoners across India against a present capacity of 330,450, out of which 240,098 are under trials and 231 are under detention. Out of the 240,098 under trials, 1,89,837 are facing charges under the Indian Penal Code and 48,798 under special and local laws. Of these, 65% of the undergrads are between the age group of 18 to 30 and 29.2% are in the age group of 30 to 50. Out of this, only 4.3% of the undergrads are women. 33.8% of the undergrads are illiterate, whereas 42.5% are educated under class 10. So it all shows the undergrad issue in India is one of the basic root of the problem faced by the criminal justice system. So we have to give an answer how we can solve this problem, how we can reduce the number of the undergrads in the prison. First, just a look at what is the ideal concept of imprisonment and have a look what is the reality, what is happening all over the prisons and what is the conditions of the undergrad prisoners. Actually, imprisonment itself is a form of a punishment has been designed to correct the behavior of individuals who have committed acts contravening laws known as rehabilitating punishment. In the prisons, they are given an opportunity to correct their behavior and adapt alternative lifestyles. So, the responsibility of the state to ensure that these prisons should act as proper correctional institutions which are maintained in such a way that the prisoners get every opportunity to overcome their weaknesses and to become responsible citizens of the society. Here, Mahatma Gandhi says, crime is the outcome of a diseased mind, and a jail or prison must have an environment which is similar to that of a hospital for treatment and care. So, we know how it contradicts in the reality of the prisoners in India. We know in Ramamurthy versus State of Karnataka, the Supreme Court of India brought to the fore an urgent need for bringing uniformity in laws relating to the prisoners and has directed the central as well as the state government to formulate a new modern prison manual. So this prison manual can bring out a lot of points and a lot of directions. It can give a lot of release for the undergrad prisoners. In John Rock case 1994, the Supreme Court held that the convicted persons go to prison as punishment and not for punishment. As punishment, not for punishment. So we have our Prisoners Act, Model Prison Manual. There are some articles of the Constitution of India. These statutes all guarantee the liberty of the person. But we know in reality what is happening in our prisons. There are a lot of problems faced by the prisoners. I would like to highlight some of the important problems that poor under trials. They are not getting legal aid from the point of arrest. Many under trials are languishing beyond their maximum possible period of incarceration. So there are prisoners, they got the bail, but they are still in prison because they are unable to provide surety on account of being indigent. We have judgments on release the accused of person bond, but the practical thing, the problem of address verification. Majority of the prisoners are in prison population belongs to poor category or below poverty line. So when the problem comes to address verification, the police always ask for money. Then if they're ready to pay the money, then only the next day the police will file the address verification report. There are cases we intervene, we could actually fight with the police in order to file this address verification report in the court, where the police failed to do that, and finally we went to the place and we did the address verification and we filed that report and we announced the judge this is happening, and finally the accused had been released. So there are a lot of inhuman behavior and mental and physical torture towards the prisoners in police custody as well. We know that corruption and various malpractices are carried out by the prison authorities, and most of the poor prisoners are the victims of this sort of activities. There is no proportion for the seriousness of the crime as well as the bail amount of surety, which will become very expensive for the poor individuals. Most of the cases, the judges never take a lenient view to release the accused on bail once. That's one part. Under the release of personal bond. Another thing, the amount of the surety. Usually, in Delhi, most of the cases, even the petty offences, they will release the bail 10,000. There is a particular case, the person arrested on 2,000 rupees theft, and then he had been languished in the custody for almost 1.5 years, and finally he got bail after 6 months, 10,000 rupees bail amount, and he could not procure the surety amount, and finally he pleaded guilty and released from the prison. Because we know there is one practice in the jail, it's called jail adalats. So in the jail, for the poor, there is a only way to come out of the prison, that is they have to plead guilty. So there are some sections, particularly majority so-called petty offences. So they conduct this jail adalats. There all the poor prisoners, they have to confess their sin, crime, then only they can get released. So because of this practice, majority of the poor prisoners getting a criminal background, and once they come out, within a short time again they will come back to the prison because there is a criminal background, and any theft happen or any crime happen nearby places, the police first trace these people and again they will arrest and again they will continue to remain in the prison. And second time they come, they are so-called hardened criminals or habitual offenders. So the next time getting bail is very tough, and as well as because there is a criminal background and they are not a first time offenders. So we are not getting any privilege in that ground also. So it is a constant effort to save the innocent, because according to William Blackstone says it is better that 10 guilty escape than letting one innocent person suffer. So what we need a change in the system. We wish to bring about the change is that judicial system where an innocent is suffering and the system is still not away from its slumber sleep. So it is our duty, it is a duty of each one of us to awake the system from their slumber sleep, so that so many